Jakers, can I give you a minute?
Mm-hmm.
Between Pokemon Go or Flow or no? What is it? All right, so Asha, Pokemon what?
Pokemon Go.
Okay, sorry. Okay, so as you know, I don't want to lay like a heavy adult issue on you, but you're objective, you're smart, you're 11, and I literally want, I seriously want your opinion on something. As I just explained, you know, I'm a freshman. You know how Daddy's been trying for years to make films and break through into Hollywood and stuff. And it's explaining, you know, I'm a frustrated filmmaker and I have financial trouble and blah, 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 and I can't get anything going. I haven't been very lucky and I've had some failures and I haven't sold scripts and I can't get meetings and it's a very political process.
Yeah, cut to the chase.
All right, well, here's the point. Where's the center of film and TV in the world?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
But do you know that's not true anymore? That's no longer true. Do you know what the center of it is now? Do you know where the center of Hollywood is? We live in Philadelphia, which may seem like far away from Hollywood, but the actual reality is that the most powerful company in the world in terms of media and Hollywood and TV and film is Comcast, and they're right in Philadelphia. So, Philadelphia. You want to know why?
No.
Because Comcast is there. Why is that a big deal? Do you know what Comcast owns? As a child, what would be the most logical thing for me to do if I want to get a career as a filmmaker? What would you do?
Try harder.
NBC and Universal Studios, the most powerful television network and the most powerful movie studio. Okay, yeah, sure, but practically, if I got Comcast in Philly, what would you do in the world? Comcast is the most powerful media company in the world, in Philly. Now, if life was simple, what could I do to get a career like that since I live in Philly?
Or
It's common
Try
sense.
to get a meeting.
Yeah, it's that simple, right? Yeah, work with Comcast, meet with Comcast, make connections with Comcast. But what are the chances that would happen, that I could get a meeting as a nobody?
not very.
Slim to none.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So that's frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm 45 and I need to do something. So I had an idea that's kind of crazy, and I want to know if you, and I know you're conservative, and I want to know if you think it's too crazy to do. Since I can't go in the front door, since I can't write a letter, since I don't know anyone there, I had an idea that's risky legally. Okay, well, I tried that. I tried to call, I tried to write letters, I tried to fax, I tried to send them candygrams, I tried to even show up and get past the guards. None of it worked. You got to know somebody who knows somebody who's sleeping with somebody who's somebody's drug dealer, and you know, whatever. It's just a bizarre process, okay? So I had a breakthrough. I had a brainstorm.
You did?
Of all my ideas I've ever had, I think it's probably the most brilliant. Well, if I've ever had a brilliant idea, maybe it's not. Whatever. Here's the idea. But I think the upside's worth it. And the idea was, do you know what coercion or extortion or blackmail is?
Yeah.
What is it?
You say you're gonna do something if they don't.
Right.
Or
You threaten them with something.
Yeah.
Right. That they don't want revealed. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, don't judge me for this. And if you're judging me, judge me at the end of my speech and tell me if you think it's wrong. So my thought was that as a filmmaker with a capacity to use long lenses and microphones and all that crap, do you know what the word extortion or blackmail means? These guys live in Gladwin on the main line, all these executives from Comcast. I follow a couple of these guys' lives, and and you can legally go through people's trash. As a private investigators can follow people. It's not illegal and stuff like that. But if I can get some dirt on any one of these executives, but not reveal who I am, just sort of say, I know you're having an affair. I know you have a drug problem. I know you are an alcoholic. So either make this script.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like in the mailbox, you know, when it's like raining and it gets wet. That I'm talking about, so you know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you think blackmail is? Or else it'll be released. Not putting my name to it.
When you set someone up, like, and make them do stuff for you.
Sort of, yeah, exactly.
Like,
that they
know
don't want to do.
something.
Right. For example, here's a blackmail, right? You cannot go play PlayStation until you finish eating your asparagus. That's sort of like extortion or blackmail. Got it? So I blackmail you every day. Okay, but I'm a parent, I'm not allowed to do it. So here's my thought. Just simply leveraging the information I found. Do you think A, that's amoral and unethical? B, do you think I'll get caught legally? You mentioned that you saw on Craigslist a job opening collecting trash, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it turns out that it's in a very ritzy, upsy, like fancy neighborhood, okay, where the CEO and chairman of Comcast lives, as well a couple executives in NBC and Universal.
Yep.
What's my point? And C, do you think it would work for me to get a deal? And is it worth it? I want to know what you think of that. And be honest with me. Be straight with me, because that's why I'm telling you. Like, I know it sounds like a desperate plan, but at this point in my life, I feel like, look at Washington. Look how the world works. If I got that job, I would be able to go through their trash, find out their secrets, set up some cameras, and sort of like do a detective spy thing and get some dirt on their private lives. You know, girlfriends, drinking problems.
Are you kidding me?
It works. That's the dirty world out there. And I'm not trying to hurt anybody. And I would never release any of that crap. But I just, no, I'm not kidding at all, because think about it. I mean, like, Jake, the way the world works, like in politics and
By the
everything,
way, if like your date is all wrong, it's not April Fool's.
would leverage them, and hopefully they wouldn't find out who I am. I could make up a name. I am Stacy Q, who wrote the script. I won't get the credit I want, but I get the money, and I get the, you know what I mean?
Like,
Well,
it's not April.
Jake,
It's-
let's put it this way. I'm not April fooling you, and moreover, I am reluctant to even tell you this, because, like, you're my kid, and I shouldn't even be telling you this, but frankly, if this goes wrong, I want you to know the truth. So what are your thoughts on that? I'm just curious what your thoughts on it. And be honest, don't pull any punches.
I feel like just the legal part of it is like you don't.
And I'm doing this for you and your sister and your mother.
You could very easily, just because of how big of people they are in
Right.
the media world, they probably could have you, like,
They could find out it's me, maybe?
yeah,
Easily.
easier than
I think
if they were nobody's.
Right.
It's just that part of it.
Do you think it would work? Okay, before I get caught though, do you think it would work? Do you think I could get $1 million deal for a script if I say your wife's getting these photos? If you don't, you have the power to make any deal for $1 million on a script. Make the deal, the photos go away. Like, that's my, like, that's how simple it could be. Is that just too shady? Am I making my own deal with the devil doing shit like that? Is it better to be a failure as an honest man? That's my question. That's the quandary I'm wrestling with. And I really want your advice. Seriously. I know it's crazy. I never tell Mom. I told Jake, and Jake's like, thinks I'm crazy, like, to even think about it. But you're the most level-headed in the family, so I thought I'd ask you.
It's just not, like, it would be, like, if it worked,
But here's the idea.
it would be, like, it would have, I don't know, like, if there was no,
I'm not trying to hurt anybody, but if I were to find out that, like, let's say one of them's a cross-dresser, let's say one of them's got a drinking problem, let's say one of them's got a mistress, whatever I find out about them, if I confront them with the evidence anonymously, I don't have to show my face. I can wear a ski mask or, like, speak into one of those, like, hello, one of those, like, voice changers.
no chance of you ever
Getting
getting
caught.
caught legally. It'd be whatever, but I feel like just because this is the biggest company in media, because they're so high up in it, it's just too risky to take that chance.
And what do you think spiritually? Like, am I screwing with my karma? Do you believe in that stuff? Like, do you think I'm, like, I'd pay for it in other ways? Like, maybe I get my $1 million deal, but then I'd get cancer. Like, in other words, do you believe in karma and stuff? Like, let's say I did get away with it. Would you respect me less because I did that shady way? Be honest. I mean it.
I wouldn't respect you less, but I don't know.
I'm not getting any younger. But what?
It's just not.
What's your advice? What's your bottom line then? You think?
It's too risky.
Don't do it. If I end up proceeding to do it, if I do get caught and the cops actually ever came to you, like, was you making a promise that we never had this conversation?
Yes.
Okay, like to protect me, because that way, because that's could screw me if that happened. And I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but I'm thinking about it. And I know it's nuts, but if I do it carefully, I think I could get my script. Don't know. This world's not fair, and you don't get a fair break. And to me, it's like I don't want to play dirty, but it feels like that's the only way to get ahead sometimes. I know it's fucked up, but I want to take care of you guys, and I know I'm talented enough. I just want the break, and I don't think I can get the break without breaking some rules. But I take your points correctly. They probably would catch up with me. They've hired me. I think I could get my script. Yeah.
Oh.
Script to get a deal. Detectives, they have billions of dollars. You're right. They probably track me down. Would going to jail be worth it to give you guys $10 million in a trust fund? I mean, I'd be willing to do that for you guys. Just to take care of you, which I failed to do till now. That's my failure. And I hate that. That's why mommy left me. Like, I need to step up. And it's not that I'm not willing to work hard. I do. But no one gives me a fucking chance. And I'm just like, just give me a chance. That's all. I'm embarrassed to even mention it to you, but I thought you should know that I'm contemplating it. If I do it, I'll tell you if I do it, but then I won't talk to you about it again because I don't want to upset you, okay?
Okay.
All right? Do you still love me?
Yes.
And can I tell you one last thing?
Yeah.
But if I do it carefully,
Yeah.
Are you happy to know that I never do that? I think I could get my script.
Yeah.
Are you happy to know that I never do that? To get a deal with Comcast in return for not releasing the footage. Jackie, you're out of the frame here.
Oh, I don't know.